Hello, everybody. I hope you guys have had a wonderful day so far, and welcome back to the Eco Posh for You YouTube channel. If you sell on Poshmark, you may have noticed something weird recently, or a lot of things weird recently, but what we're specifically talking about is new shipping reminders popping up faster than usual. A few posts on the social media forums from sellers are raising red flags. They say the platform's ship within 48 hours reminders are showing up even when they've already shipped or when the post office was closed. Today I want to break down what's going on, what sellers are saying, and what you should watch out for. This is what sellers are reporting on the social medias. One seller wrote that they got a reminder ship your item notice just hours after selling, even though the post office was closed because it was Sunday. Another mentioned that they shipped and marked the item shipped, but still got notifications hours later asking if they quote unquote plan to ship in 1 to 2 days. Several sellers are frustrated because the reminders don't seem to account for weekends, holidays, or even the fact that the items have already been shipped. One comment summed it up bluntly. They feel like, quote unquote, someone high on meth is just randomly pushing reminder notifications without logic. So bottom line, yes, many sellers are getting very aggressive and confusing shipping reminders, often despite already doing the right thing. This is why it's a problem for sellers and for our seller reputations. It can create stress and confusion. Sellers worry about late shipping marks, even if they shipped as soon as possible. The post office is closed on Sunday. But the system still seems to count that as a day. So that's going to unfairly penalize people that just happen to get an order on Saturday. It undermines trust. Buyers might message sellers asking when their package ships, even if it's already on the way, just because the reminder triggered them and they're going to be expecting that type of thing now. For frequent sellers, this may impact average ship time statistics or overall seller ratings. If the buyer or the system misinterprets the delay, even when the seller did everything correctly. All right, so my personal opinion on as to why this is happening, obviously since we've switched to the ground advantage shipping, we don't have that lovely 2-day priority shipping anymore. So it is taking, I have seen people say it's taking up to anywhere from 7 to 16 days to get their packages. And we do need to take into account that it's December. Obviously, those of us that ship and anyone with half a brain knows that during this time of year, it's just crazy at the post office. And so everything takes longer, it feels like, especially ground advantage shipping. I have heard from people, I don't know if this is true or not, but I have seen on the forums some people saying that the poly mailers seem to go faster than boxes, but I'm not quite sure. Either way, I think the reason that these reminders are being sent is because the ground advantage shipping time is already taking so long that Poshmark really wants us to get these items out quickly. Myself, I live pretty close to the post office, and I usually ship the same day, if not always the next day. It's very rare that I don't ship same day or next day. So I haven't gotten one of these nasty reminders. I kind of stole this off one of the forums, but it seems like they want us to ship fast because they know that it's going to take a long time for it to ship through USPS. So if you think about it, say a seller takes like 7 days, like a week to ship something, and you have 7 to 10 days with Poshmark. Well, 10 days during the holidays, you have 10 days to ship. Kind of sending a mixed message there, aren't you, Poshmark? But you can imagine that if it already takes 10 days to even drop off the item, and then another like 10 days for USPS to ship it, I mean, people are going to start getting it's going to take a month, for people to get their things on Poshmark. So I would expect for Poshmark to definitely make this more of a thing in the future, because I feel like people are going to definitely be buyers are definitely going to be complaining about it, and it's going to hurt the platform. So I think they're probably going to end up getting a lot more harsh on the shipping time, maybe making the shipping time a little shorter that we have to get it in. But honestly, I think if you can, you should be shipping as soon as possible. So, what you should do if you sell on Poshmark right now. If you're active on Poshmark, here are some practical tips to avoid issues. Ship as soon as possible, ideally within 24 hours, especially if the sale happens near or during weekends or holidays. As soon as you drop the package off, make sure you're marking it as shipped on the Poshmark app or web, whatever you use. That gives you proof that you met the minimum requirement. If you get a reminder, even after shipping, keep your receipt and tracking info just in case you need it. So, just in case. Communicate with buyers proactively. If your post office is closed or you expect delays, message the buyer and let them know. This is optional. Every once in a while, we've all gotten these notifications in our email from Poshmark that say this item is taking much longer than expected, blah, blah, blah. We've all seen those. So when you get something like that, it's really up to you if you want to message your buyer, because they got a message like that in their email too. But if you are big on customer service, it wouldn't hurt to send them a message and just say, I'm so sorry for the delay at USPS. I shipped it as soon as I could, and I really hope it gets there for you soon, or something to that extent. So, the rigidity that's going on with the 48 hours may be intended to push sellers to ship faster, but it also hurts flexible, honest sellers who ship as soon as they can. Until the notification logic improves, there's always the risk of mistaken late shipping flags or buyer confusion. If you depend on Poshmark for income, it's time to be extra vigilant. Document your shipments, communicate clearly, and maybe expect delays when the holiday seasons or weekends are involved. If you sold something recently and got a weird ship within 48 hours notice, don't assume you screwed up. Check your tracking, your receipt, and whether the post office was even open at the time. If you're a seller, keep receipts, mark things shipped, and consider shipping ASAP when you make a sale. If you're a buyer, know that delays aren't always on the seller. Sometimes it's just a clunky notification system. Drop a comment below if you've seen one of these reminders lately. I want to hear all about your experience. And if you found this useful, hit subscribe for more Poshmark updates and seller side tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.